Hello, everybody, and welcome to the LFC transfer room with myself, Louis Fell, for this live watch along of the Carabao Cup semi-final second leg. It's Arsenal versus Liverpool from the Emirates, and I feel like I'm saying this at the start of every watch along now, but it's another massive game, and again, perhaps our biggest game of the season so far. It's one more game, and then potentially we go to Wembley for the chance to fight against Chelsea for the first piece of major silverware this season. So it's a massive game coming off the back of that 0-0 first leg draw at Anfield. So plenty of time to make amends for what was a disappointing performance. If you were here for that previous watch along, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. It wasn't the greatest of nights, not only for the scoreline, but just the general nature of the football as well. It was pretty shocking, if we're being honest. It was a poor night. And again, those of you who were there will know that even on the stream, we had a bit of a hard time sort of getting through that one, I'll be honest. But forget about that. Clean that from your minds. Moving on to today, you can see the starting 11 and the substitutes to your right on the screen. So Kelleher back in goal after Alisson took over for the first leg. And then an unchanged back line for the one that faced Brentford. Alexander-Arnold, Joel Matip, Virgil van Dijk and Andy Robertson start. The midfield remains unchanged as well. Fabinho plays CDM with Henderson and Jones as the two number 8s. And then up front is where it gets interesting, as Cade Gordon makes a start. He has been selected to play from the off for us in a massive game against good opponents. So real faith shown by Klopp there, especially with the likes of Minamino on the bench. And then we also have Jota and Firmino. So it'll be interesting to see. I imagine Jota will be off to the left and Firmino playing through the middle in his usual role. Again, on the bench, our only really attacking substitute would be Minamino. So, you know, we're kind of showing our full hand here. If things don't go well, there's not too much to save us off the bench, but hopefully it won't come to that. So everybody in the chat, welcome back. Hyla, Mark Atkinson's the ref today. Always comes to mind when Atkinson is revealed as Liverpool's match official. Stephen Gerrard summed it up aptly. Well, you know, as much as we dislike referees who make terrible decisions, if we play our way well enough, we don't need to rely on them, and that's, you know, that's the what we've got to go for today. Tarek, nice to see you again. Good evening. I hope you're looking forward to this game. I certainly am. I'm excited. The most excited I've been for one of these watch-alongs, I think, because, you know, it's not silverware just yet, but it's a chance to get to a final, and you know, that's always a good thing, no matter what cup it's for. Drew, nice to see you. Hope you're doing okay as well. As I highlighted, says Cade Gordon preferred instead of Minamino. Surprising for me. Is Cade really that good? It is an interesting one. I kind of had that mindset of, well, is this a genuine vote of confidence from Klopp, which I imagine it is. I'm not going to look too deeply into it. I imagine he's just decided that he's ready and good enough. There's part of me that thinks that maybe it's just a throw of the dice, you know, like it's kind of a win-win or a no-loss scenario. He could come in, get a goal, play really well, get an assist or something, and suddenly it will be the best decision he's ever made, starting him. If he doesn't do anything at all, it's not going to hurt his credibility too much. But I think Minamino will certainly be feeling aggrieved, and I don't blame him for that either. Terence, hope you're doing well. Nice to see you. Yeah, it's been suspended, but the admins are very hopeful that we're going to get it back. I'm not 100% sure what's happened there. Hang on a moment. There's a problem with my StreamYard, so that I can't see the very bottom comment. So once someone else comments, I can then get through to your comment. So we got to keep the chat moving, otherwise I can't see what the most recent people have said. So that's a good excuse as any for everyone to continue commenting. It's good to see some new faces as well. Maurice, how are you doing? I hope you're good. Unfortunately, you can't do that on YouTube. But hang around, chuck us a subscription as well. We can talk through the game. And if you've got another browser or another device, go on that. You might find what you're looking for if you go on Twitter and type it in. Who knows? Drew says Tierney is a tough opponent for Cade. Well, you know, he's the kind of player who just likes to open his body up, get a little bit of space, and get the shot away, which is something that we, beyond Salah and Mane, do lack in those departments. Like Harvey Elliott, when he played right wing for us in his first season, that's not what he does, and that's why he suits the midfield better, because he is more of a passer, a little bit more of a creator, that kind of thing. But Cade is certainly someone who likes to get a shot away. The stats don't say that he's fantastic at that in terms of the success of his shots, but that is something that will get better with age. Hyla says Arsenal have only one midfielder and 5 attackers. Looks promising playing through the line. Well, that's what we've got to hope. Odegaard's back in the team, and they don't have a CDM from what I remember, someone said. So it shouldn't be anything like the game at Anfield, especially Arsenal now have the home advantage. The crowd will be buzzing, pushing them forward. So I've got a good feeling about today. You know, I think a lot of people have said that we're on the back foot because we played so badly in that first tie. And Arsenal had their game on the weekend postponed. But I feel like that might count against them, because I think it hasn't benefited many teams who've had games postponed. It just kind of ruins their flow. So it'll be interesting. And I think, you know, playing against Brentford and getting a 3-0 win like that, for these players, without the likes of Thiago, Salah, Mane, Keita, I think that's really big for them. So I'm hopeful that it turns into a good performance on the pitch and a good result. So I am positive today. I think we can win 2-1, I'll say. I'm really hoping it doesn't go to penalties or extra time. Not a fan of it. If you are new, please get involved in the comments, but you're more than happy for you to just watch it as well. That's great stuff. But please do subscribe to the LFC Transfer Room whilst you're here. We do watch-alongs on all the games, mostly with myself, but then we also have plenty of live content most evenings. We look at transfer rumours. We have debates about anything that's topical to Liverpool at the time. So we've recently had debates on Sadio Mane, Naby Keita, where Harvey Elliott's best position is, all that good stuff. So make sure you subscribe for all that good Liverpool content. Our other channels are in the bottom right of your screen. Obviously, our Twitter at the minute is suspended, but we should have that back soon. But follow this account, subscribe, tick the bell notification, like this video as well, please. That would be great. And we can let you know when the Twitter account's back up as well for your up-to-the-minute Liverpool news. So we are now just 5 minutes away from kickoff, starting to heat up a little bit now. Terence says Arsenal will try to press high to stop the ball from getting into the midfield. But, you know, we've got one of the best teams for playing out of the back as well. And Van Dijk, if he doesn't see an option in the midfield, he will just ping it to the right or left the wing for Jota or Cade Gordon on this occasion to latch onto. So I think we've got the necessary tools to somehow counter whatever Arsenal decide to throw at us. Not saying it's always going to be successful. We'll need Curtis ready to turn and run in midfield. We need all three of them to do that, really. Henderson needs to sort of get himself back into gear again. Just do the basic. I think for him, he just needs to do the basics right again and then just rebuild from there. He needs to receive the ball on the half turn, lay off a pass to someone who's in a bit more confidence and just sort of kind of let them get on with it. Just be that ball carrier that we know he is good at. Hyla says Partey's back from AFCON and on the bench for Arsenal. Ghana lost all their games. Important asset for Arsenal to put on later. They must have had a private jet for him from Africa. So he is on the bench. So I suppose that's only useful for them if they're winning. If they're winning and they want to see the game out. I mean, I know he is a very competent midfielder, but I'm not sure he's the kind of one to come on and liven up the team in an attacking sense. Tarek says the Twitter got suspended. That's wild. Yeah, it wasn't anything major. Well, for us anyway, it's not like someone posted some obscenity or something. It was just a video that wasn't posted correctly, so therefore it got like copyright striked. So yeah, they're confident that we can get it back, but though they just might take a little while. Drew says, I'm surprised there isn't any COVID regulation around his availability. Yeah, I mean, I haven't really got any idea about that. I'm buzzing for today is Terence, so I'm glad to hear it. I'm buzzing as well. The lights are out at the Emirates. I like Gordon getting the opportunity to start. I think that it's really, really exciting. I think it does uplift everybody seeing something like that as well, a decision like that. It's the next generation, isn't it? And if he gets a goal or an assist or something today, I think we'll all lose our minds, kind of thing. It doesn't matter who gets what, as long as we get the result. That is all that matters ultimately. But seeing him get a goal would be a nice touch. And then Hyla says Arsenal playing 4-1-4-1. I can't remember the last time I saw a lineup like that. I mean, the thing you've got to remember, I suppose, is that they're all just minor variations of simple formations. Like 4-1-4-1 is a 4-3-3, but what the formation says is that the wingers are going to hold back a little bit. Whether that's the case or not, who knows? But it's the same with because we were having a debate about, I can't remember what we were talking about, but somewhat we were talking about formation changes potentially, and someone said a 4-4-2 diamond, and Kris, who's a regular contributor, just said, "Well, that's our 4-3-3 with Firmino as the false nine dropping into midfield." There's a lot of ways to sort of dress up a formation, but a lot of them follow very similar principles. So I think it's just not worth getting too kind of drawn into them. So players are coming out now. And I can just go through the Arsenal team for anyone who hasn't seen it yet. So Aaron Ramsdale is in goal again. Tomiyasu, Ben White, Gabriel, and Tierney are in the back four. And then Lokonga and Odegaard are in a 2. So it's 4-2-3-1, Sky saying, with Saka, Smith Rowe, and Martinelli across that 3, and then Lacazette as the lone striker. How that pans out, we shall see. Is Lokonga an out-and-out CDM, or I don't know? We've had a good under-23 team for a while. It's about time they start filtering into the first team to ensure they stay and develop at the club. Well, James, another contributor, made a good point in a previous video that, we are an elite club and it's the 1% of the 1% who are ever going to play for us. So, a lot of players in the youth teams will look decent, but whether they've actually got what it takes to break into Liverpool is a different story. So there's certainly some players in there who Klopp seems to trust, Cade Gordon being one of them, Tyler Morton, another one who's on the bench. We've seen a fair amount of him this season already, which is promising. And then, Curtis Jones and Alexander Arnold are academy products as well. So we have got a good crop, actually. Ali, good to see you again. Sounds like you're ready to go tonight. So just before we start, we are moments away from kickoff. If you haven't done already, please subscribe so you don't forget later on. For all the match watch-alongs, fantastic content from everybody on the channel about transfers, Liverpool news, opposition, tactical analysis, all that great stuff. So make sure that you are subscribed and ready. The players take a knee, which is met again with a round of applause, which is always nice to see. They stand back up. The ref looks at his watch. And we're off in the Carabao Cup semi-final, second leg, live from the Emirates with myself and you guys to go through it. One game stands between us and a major final at Wembley. I can't remember when the final would be. Is it the end of February or is it the beginning of March? Kris, nice to see you. Thank you for the comment. Speaking of Kris, that reminds me of Oxlade-Chamberlain. So it looks like he's going to be out for a little while. I can't remember the exact time frame that was rumoured or reported. But we've got a few of those. Origi, I mean, sod's law. This is the longest streak of first-team football he would have got, and he's out for pretty much all of it now. There was reports he's got a knee injury. He's going to be out for a couple of weeks. So by then, Salah and Mane are going to be back. It's strange man. Just defies belief. As the final is February the 27th. Thank you, Terence. Thank you very much for that. So just over a month away as well, because we don't even have to wait that long for it. Because I remember the Champions League final is like a good 10 days after the end of the English season. And so it's a long time from the semi-finals. And that's just horrible, the build-up to it. I mean, it gets you pumped up, don't get me wrong, by the time the whistle comes, but it's a lot of pain in the build-up. Cameron, good to see you. I hope you're subscribed. Who's better, Messi or Ronaldo? I'm not going to get too into it, but Messi is my guy. Messi is my guy. I think Ronaldo's 37 years old and he does some questionable things for someone of his age and stature. So Arsenal are the first team with a little bit of possession in the opposition half here. And there's a cross into the box that floats over everybody and goes out for a goal kick for Liverpool. Glad to see I've got some agreement on that one. Good man, Cameron. That's what we like to hear. We won't regret it. So Saka, it was a corner, sorry. So Saka takes the corner and it has to be a big header from Joel Matip to get that one out, but it falls back down to Lacazette, who's worming around, and Kelleher manages to grab hold of the ball up in the air. Thank goodness for that. It's probably the talking point of our season, but again, it's a different midfield trio that we've seen in the last two games now. Fabinho, Henderson, and Curtis Jones this time. Oh, and Arsenal got a free kick just outside the Liverpool box as well. Liverpool not the best of starts passing wise. Joel Matip giving the ball away there, which is worrying because he's been our best player for quite a while now. And it's Andy Robertson who gets the foul on Saka there. And it's inside the D of the penalty box. We've got a 6-man wall here, and Curtis Jones lying down underneath it, which isn't a bad shout actually, because it's very, very close. So whether they can get it up and down quickly enough, I'm not going to say anything until they're taking this, because I know if I say something, I'm going to jinx it. But it is looking like it's going to be either Lacazette or Odegaard who take this. It's Lacazette. Oh my God, it's hit the bar. I don't know I think Kelleher might have touched it onto the bar there. That might have been on target as well. It's a delicate hit, no power on it at all. So that's what gives Kelleher the time to get across and cover his goal. But I think they did well with that, to be fair, to give them a little bit of credit. Because it was almost to the point where it was too close to do anything with it. A really subtle attempt there. Yeah, again, I don't want to get too into this debate, but people idolize him. One of the reasons for being like a model professional, but he undermines the clubs on so many occasions. And I don't buy the whole it's just because he's a winner thing. It's like, well, he just wants to play, doesn't he? He doesn't want to get taken off, which is fine. But like, could you just wait until you get out of the way of the cameras? It feels all very intentional. It's not like he's genuinely inconsolable that he's been subbed off. It always feels like it's got an intentional action behind it. And I don't like that. And I'm not saying, to be fair, I'm not even saying that Messi doesn't do things like that. But Ronaldo is in our league, so we do see more of him. And that's what I notice. I like Kelleher. It's been a good season for him. Someone was saying he should be loaned out. I think it was Shay Given saying maybe we should loan him out, or that he should push for a loan to play football. But nah, someone's got to be back up, and I don't bloody want it to be Adrian. Ronaldo doesn't seem like a team player. Yeah, I've got a confession to make. I do sometimes watch a lot of Mark Goldbridge from the United stand. Only when Man United lose, but I do watch him. And Martinez in the box here, plays it up, and there's a foul on Kelleher, so we'll get a free kick. So that's good. I forgot what I was bloody saying now. No, I've lost it. But it was a good chance there. It was Alexander-Arnold with the unsuccessful clearance, and then Kelleher scrambling to get across to claim the ball in the air, and Bukayo Saka just gives a clumsy foul away. But Kelleher did get his hand to that free kick a few moments ago. So it's another big save, really, in his arsenal. It's not like one of those massive flying saves catching a fast ball. It was it was a very delicate attempt from Lacazette, but he still had to be on his toes, and he did get across there just about. Arsenal are off to a decent start. It feels like we need to pick the pace up a bit. Certainly does. We haven't had too much of the ball so far, and they do look a lot brighter than us. So it's still early. We've got time to pick things up a bit, but it does need to happen sharpish. Terence says, I think Trent has improved defensively this season. I mean, it was always a myth that he can't defend. I mean, in a Champions League final, he pocketed Cristiano Ronaldo. He's pocketed Leroy Sané. He's pocketed some of the best way before this season. And, he's high up the pitch most of the time. So he's always, struggling to catch up some when there's a counter-attack on. Tarek says, I would like to see us on the ball a bit more. That would be nice. Although, if Kris was here, he would argue that we're better when the other team has the ball. 10 minutes in, we haven't seen that. We haven't seen us able to launch a counter-attack, really. And I must say, I don't like us not having possession for too long, because this season we haven't kept clean sheets as much as I'd like, and we have let games slip where we should have managed them. So I'm a little bit split on that kind of thing. Druv isn't feeling confident. Oh, come on. You always got to believe. I mean, if you're going off these first 10 minutes, then I kind of get where you're coming from. Nahala says, Ronaldo was just back from injury and Man United was 2-0 up. Still he moaned into the camera. Ronaldo will be 37 February the 5th and he hasn't grown up yet. That's what I mean. Like, there's no part of that that's him having a winning mentality. Like, the game was pretty much over. So what's he so pressed about? Like, he just wants to be on the pitch to play football, which again is fine, but it's all intentional. There's a nice ball forward to Fabinho there, and he tries to play Cade Gordon through on the right-hand side, but his ball is poor, which has become a bit of a regular theme with Fabinho recently. I'm not liking it. He hasn't looked that good on the ball. Do you think Minamino will play today? I imagine he'll come off the bench at some point. It'll be hard not to bring him on. Similar to Origi, this was meant to be kind of his chance to shine, but Klopp hasn't felt he can show that trust in him. He came on in the Brentford game and got his goal, but generally it feels like he doesn't have that much confidence in him. So Jota has earned Liverpool a corner. The 12th minute, we do now have a corner kick. So a chance to bring up the big boys from the back. I don't know. Corner comes into the back post. Fabinho again. It's offside. Fabinho heads it back across goal. And Matip's there to tap it in unmarked into an empty net, but he was offside. Yeah, he's miles off. No chance of VAR overturning that one. It's nice movement from him, but almost a fantastic start there. Minamino is our only attacking option off the bench. Yeah, that's what I said before kickoff. So if the game doesn't go how we want it to, we don't have options that can overturn that. And that does, again, fuel the whole should we sign someone this window debate. I'm keen to avoid that today. Today is about positive vibes to get us over the line into that final on February the 27th. I want to be there so badly. Fabinho again tries to play it out to the right and his pass is intercepted. Weak, slow, lethargic. And Van Dijk tries to come forward and he's lost out on possession now. So he's out of position. Arsenal were a little bit slow in turning it over. So we do reset our shape somewhat. And Arsenal now playing it around their defence. So we have the chance to press now as well. Curtis Jones does really, really well to press Ben White. It goes out. I mean, Ben White, what is he doing? Talking about his eyebrows. Terrible, terrible sight. So, coming up to 15 minutes. If you are new and you haven't done already, please make sure you subscribe to the LFC Transfer Room for all of your Liverpool news, watch-alongs like this one, all your post-match reaction, tactical analysis as well, other teams and Liverpool. Lots and just all the Liverpool content you could want or need, all on one channel. I know we're called the Transfer Room, but we do everything. If we didn't, we'd have nothing to post about. Minamino needs to get revenge on Ben White. Yeah. I mean, they were, I don't want to say too much, they were a little bit embarrassing after the first leg. And Ben White as well, like smiling. Like Minamino was completely unmarked in the middle of the box, and that's Ben White's area. So I don't know why he was laughing. Someone should have been berating him for leaving him unmarked like that. Small mentality. Joel Matip does well to block off Lacazette there and earn us a goal kick. Welcome to the channel. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribed. The Twitter has been suspended because of a copyright violation. So someone didn't post a video correctly in the proper manner, and yeah, it got copyright strike. So hoping it's back in a few weeks or sooner than that. So 15 minutes in, 33% ball possession, 0 shots so far for us. If you don't count the offside goal from Joel Matip. I'm glad he didn't score that, because that means he can still score from dribbling the length of the pitch, which he's come close to doing on a number of occasions now this season. So Van Dijk attempts that crossfield ball, but overshoots it somewhat, and Cade Gordon can't bring it down. Yeah, I hope so too. You know, it's a massive account. Provides so much useful information on all things Liverpool. I'd be ashamed to lose it after all this time. I haven't seen much of Bobby Firmino so far in this game. Nothing of note happened involving him just yet. Cade Gordon gives away a foul on somebody. So Jota's coming forward here. He's done really well. Can he get a strike away? Ramsdale, yes! Come on! Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! Diogo Jota, what a strike. Well, what a dribble in the build-up. He's just strolled past the Arsenal back line. And it is 1-0 to Liverpool inside 20 minutes. I did not see that coming. It all comes from a lovely back heel from Firmino into Alexander-Arnold, who releases Jota on this left-hand side. He's got so much to do. Beats Tomiyasu and then strolls past the Arsenal back four. Sits Ben White down. What were we saying? He won't be smiling at that one. Sits him down. And Ramsdale, it's not even in the corner, and Ramsdale can't get down to it. Hee hee. Woo hoo hoo. And what a start for Liverpool. Just what we needed as well. There won't be any VAR on that. Bloody hell, am I behind? I'm watching on like official channels. I can't be that far behind, surely. But it's a good start. It's exactly what we needed, a relatively early goal. And now Arsenal absolutely have to, again, up the tempo. And it looks like it may play into our, hopefully will play into our hands again. But now Arsenal do not get to dictate how this game goes. So it's 1-0 on the night and 1-0 on aggregate. Mate, Tomiyasu got turned. Ben White got sat down. Ramsdale got made to look like a dinosaur in slow motion there. Oh, right. Oh, I see. It's annoying. I just want to be ahead of everybody, or at least on time. I want first dibs on the reactions. Tomiyasu's coming forward here. Plays out right to Saka. Into the middle, Odegaard. Playing to Ben White. And now it's back with the with the defence and even back with the keeper now. Which is what we like to see. But how are we all feeling after that one? That's a big weight off of our shoulders, I think, getting that goal in a game like this. Arsenal, of course, starting a bit better than us, a bit sharper, a bit quicker. But we get the all-important first goal, I think. I must go back and say what a fantastic goal that was as well. I mean, that deserves some kind of an award as well. It was nothing on. Ramsdale almost cut off with his pass there. Curtis Jones does well to spin away from danger and earn a free kick in the middle of the park as well. So Trent with another assist, his 13th. So is that his 10th in the Prem? And then... Oh, no, because didn't he get a couple against Brentford? Oh, I don't know. I'd like to feel a bit safer. I'd like another to feel a bit safer, but definitely feel much better now we've gotten one past. I'm in exactly the same boat as you. It just means that it's not Arsenal's game anymore. And Arteta's already looking pretty rattled on the sideline. I mean, a real bellend, I must say. Like, he literally became famous in that Man City documentary for telling players to foul, like, tactically. So, you know, can't really be there moaning about free kicks and whatnot. Jota's 13th goal today through all competitions. That is the second best in the Prem, behind the one and only Mohamed Salah as well, who is away on AFCON. But we are so far proving that We can just about survive without him. Oh my God. What if FSG are watching this and thinking, maybe he's not that important. No way. There's no way. Absolutely no way. I might have just threw a bomb there. I can't bring myself to do one, especially not for like. This is an important game, but it needs to be massive for me to do something embarrassing. If we get to the final and we score, if we win it, then maybe. But so you got to stick around for it, Cameron. I'll leave this one from Tarek on because I think it just sums it up, puts words in, but I can't put into words as well as that. I didn't see the interview, but I saw like quotes from it. Yeah, I mean he is one miserable bloke. I mean, arguably more miserable than me, but so I wouldn't expect him to enjoy something like that either. I heard Ronaldo is getting his lawyers to stop people doing the celebration. Oh, I think someone needs to get him to stop doing it, to be honest. 37 years old, just let that sink in. I mean, it's all about branding at this point, isn't it? That's all it is. Turn it into an NFT. Oh, shut up, Kris. That's so bad. Curtis Jones comes forward here. Take my mind off of it. Take my mind off of what you've just said. It's Curtis Jones again here. I walked right into it as well. I didn't even see it coming. I'm disgusted. I didn't, Tarek. You could have warned me. You had time. It took him a minute to type it out. You could have warned me. Cade Gordon tries to put in Trent, but he would have been offside, and the ball doesn't come off anyway. Looks a little bit shaky there, but we'll forgive him. And Arsenal have a chance to come forward here now. Oh, it's in the box. Oh, my God. Oh, it's a fantastic tackle from Fabinho there. The whole stadium goes up in arms asking for a penalty, but you can clearly see he got the ball, took it away from Martinelli there. Really good stuff from Fabinho there. Well, he was going to join Man City, wasn't he? And then Man United, in the poor state their run, just felt that they had to sign him because they couldn't let him go to Man City. And, you know. It was a splendid. If there were rewards for tackles, that one would have won one. But apart from that chance, it's a much closer game in terms of possession for both teams. Seemed like Arsenal were banking on a fast start, and they've just slowed down a little bit here. Don't want to say too much. We're talking about Ronaldo a bit too much for a game that he's not playing in. I agree. I said that when it first came up, but I've been suckered into the debate. We'll put an end to it there, all right? You want to talk about someone, talk about a Liverpool player. There's a ball sent in from the right, but there's no one in the box. It'll come out to Robertson on the left-hand side. Plays it to Curtis Jones, slightly more infield. Now it's with Matip, who's pushed right up, but he plays it backwards to Virgil van Dijk. Into Curtis Jones. Nice. Football's improving now. Liverpool are settling themselves a bit more in this game. Arsenal not where they want to be at this point, bit a goal down. So we come up to the first third of the game. A lot of people in the comments saying that Cade Gordon's looking bright so far, which is good to hear. I am watching the game. Just want to clarify, but it's hard to talk, check the stream still working, look at the live comments, and fully watch the game and each individual player. It's tough to do. So I definitely appreciate everyone who is feeding that back to us in the comments. And yeah, we are in like a nice little spell of possession here, which is great on the 30-minute mark. If that can carry on until half time, that'd be fantastic. Fabinho's on his way to making the midfield his own. Well, as the team has improved, he's gotten better in this half. I was a bit worried. There were two quite easy forward passes that he fluffed, and I wasn't too fond of that. Matip, again, risky ball, and we've lost it here. Odegaard's in the middle, or Smith Rowe, sorry. Saka's got it. He's going to get a shot off, and it's blocked by Robertson. Very well. It doesn't even go for a corner. It goes for a throw-in. But again, for all our possession, we still find a way to mess it up for ourselves in ways that we don't need to muck it up at all. So we need to get a grip on that ASAP. The Emirates is cheering Arsenal on to find an equaliser here from this corner. Sorry, so it did go out for a corner. My bad. And it's Saka who will whip it in, an in-swinger. It's a good delivery, but Matip gets his head on it, and it's driven right out over the halfway line where Tierney will pick it back up. Attempts to launch one forward. Van Dijk just effortlessly leaves the ball, and Trent gets it clear. So we have it. Robertson tries to play a long ball. Tomiyasu gets to it, but it falls back to Curtis Jones in the middle of the pitch. His ball. Not a sloppy one per se. Arsenal defender blocks off Firmino, who was coming onto it. And Arsenal pick up possession again. But thank you very much. There's just a slight lull in play, but thank you very much to everyone who is watching, old and new. If you are new, make sure that you subscribe. Ben White's looking a bit crap so far. We will, of course, have another watch along this Sunday. I think it's a 2:00 kickoff this time. Against Crystal Palace away from home. So we'll be all over that one with myself again. So if you haven't subscribed, it's another fantastic reason to. Because if you subscribe and tick the bell notification, YouTube will just let you know when I've gone live. And when we've gone live at all from now on. And you won't have to worry about remembering. You'll just get the notification and you can come on over and join us in the live chat. Cade Gordon wins the ball really high up here. Firmino picks it up. A little bit of trickery. Plays in Trent, who can get a cross in. It's over the top of Ramsdale. Jota into the middle. There's nobody following it up. Robertson does well to try and win it back, and we do win it back. This is good forward-thinking stuff from Liverpool. And as I say that, Robertson, unfortunate to give the ball away. He was crowded out. And Kelleher's required to come right out of his box to get a hold of that ball to stop Martinelli running onto it. I'm not liking it when we're in our own third and we're trying to pass it about, because Arsenal are pressing relatively well and we're not looking at our best at that today. If we're at our best, Arsenal don't touch us at the back. But Matip, as someone rightly said, and Fabinho to an extent as well, not looking too confident on the ball under pressure. So if we can keep it away from there as much as possible, that'd be quite nice. Sometimes the best defense is a good offense. I'm sure what some people say. Again, Fabinho not assured in his touch and gives the ball away again when it wasn't necessary. Jota wins it and then slips and can't get his pass away. Curtis Jones is looking good. He's been playing very well since he's come back into the team. Looked full of that energy that we first saw when he broke into the first team. An easy free kick for the referee to give there, given away by Jordan Henderson, who I haven't seen too much of so far today. Don't know if he's made much of an impression on anybody, good or bad. Don't tell people about other games. We don't want them to watch other stuff. Unless you've got more than one means of watching a game, then by all means go for it. Have as many open as you want, but do stick around here, please. Yep. If you haven't already, subscribe, or you like Man United. And one subscription equals... What does it equal? I need some good suggestions in the comments. What does one subscription equal for everybody new and hasn't subscribed yet? I've already said that one subscription equals 1 year on Salah's new contract. And I've already said, and these are on other videos, I've already said one subscription equals one forward that we buy in this window. One sub equals, oh, Jesus Christ. No, I'll do it I'm only doing it for like a massive occasion. And I will have to be intoxicated, I think. Martinelli's coming forward. He looks like Arsenal's best attacking threat down on this left side. I know Arsenal fans do rave about him. And Odegaard as well in the middle is going to be a very important player for them creating chances as well. No, it's got to be one sub equals one goal altogether. Not over 12 games. One goal in this game. I have to think on it. My brain's frozen up. I normally spit these out easily. Let's keep it simple. One subscription equals one Premier League trophy under Klopp. So let's get a few of those. People who are new, one subscription is one Premier League trophy under Jurgen Klopp. So let's get a few of those, because that's what we all want. We want a dynasty, so let's get building it here on the LFC transfer room, please. Yeah, that's true. So we've just under 5 minutes left, plus any added time, till the end of the first half. Let me know who your man of the half has been so far. I'm sure there's a few people who could get it. I'm sure the goal scorer will be in contention because it was a bloody good goal. Fabinho as well made a last-ditch tackle, but looks a little bit shaky on the ball. So looking a little bit shaky around the back here again. Arsenal pressing well. It's a bit of a loose ball passed back to Kelleher, but he deals with it just fine. I agree, but we have given the ball away unnecessarily on a few too many occasions for my liking. So Terence's players of the half is Curtis, Diego, and Trent. Yes, Curtis has looked very positive going forward. A lot of energy, which is sort of what his strengths are. He's a high energy player, always looking to go forward, I think, which is what we need. Arsenal not liking the shoe on the other foot here. Liverpool taking a little bit too long on the throw-in for Arsenal's liking and throwing their bags out of the pram when we had to sit through something much worse for 70-odd minutes in the first leg. So you reap what you sow. Yeah, and it's just a case of not giving the ball away. I mean, I know that's easy to say watching the game, but unnecessarily as well. Just find your passes. And if you don't feel comfortable on the ball, don't show for it. Do this again. Do the simple things right, and then build from there. Thomas Owens thinks Arsenal are going to turn it around. Bloody hope not. There's going to be a free yellow card here for, I believe it's an Arsenal player. Oh no. Oh no, yes, Lacazette picks up the yellow card for a foul on Curtis Jones in the middle of the park. Bit too keen to press there. And it is a yellow. Stood on his foot, didn't get any of the ball. Easy decision for the referee. So literally less than a minute now, and there shouldn't be that much added time. Looking comfortable now. Arsenal not really able to get hold of the ball, and we look like we're coming forward here. Cade Gordon tries to lay off Jordan Henderson, who out on the right wing, gets a ball in, does fall to Aaron Ramsdale though. And there's just 1 minute of added time, so shouldn't really see anything. Shouldn't have said that, but it is true. We're going to manage this game. Can't give away a chance in the last minute. There's a free kick for Jota in the Arsenal half, so that really should be the end of play, and there won't be a chance for Arsenal to try and level things up before we go into the break. He will let us take it. It's a poor ball, but it does bounce over. Fabinho gets to have a strike. It bounces off an Arsenal defender. And they're going to attempt to counter, but Liverpool do really well. Robertson gets a brilliant tackle in. And that is the end of the first 45 minutes. Liverpool, 3/4 of the way, because I'm including the first leg, 3/4 of the way through to the Carabao Cup final. It's 1 goal in it so far across both legs. So even though it is 3/4, it's by no means over. So I'm keen to hear how everyone's feeling now. It's still by no means comfortable. It did seem to tick on by quite quickly, actually. Oh, my eyes are hurting. Have a break, have a Kit Kat. I wish I had one to hand, actually. Do have a little bit of sugar. But if we go through the starting 11, so Kelleher's obviously had that big save from the free kick in the opening 10 minutes or so. Again, it wasn't an amazing free kick, but it still needed saving. He did well to get across and cover his angle so quickly. I'm just going to take a seat during half time. Whoa. Oh, that's a shout. Yeah, some digestives would go down a treat. Druv says Curtis was brilliant against Brentford and is doing well so far. He's crucial when Thiago is absent. I mean, yeah, nothing like Thiago, yet he is the closest thing we have to Thiago. The most forward-thinking midfielder that we've got at the moment. And yeah, he's in a good little run of form coming back into the team. Anthony agrees as well. Apologies. So a lot of people are saying Curtis Jones as well. Oh, go on, Kris. Go on, son. So we're just going to have Kris jump on and we can have a little chat. Bear with me one momento. I mean, I'm excited to see the highlights of the first half. I want to see that Jota goal again. It was Firmino-esque of that goal a few years ago against Arsenal, where he sent a good few the Arsenal back line packing, sent them to down the shop to grab some chocolate digestives, actually. So Hyla, my trusty statistician, had 2 shots in that first half, one of which was on target, and that, of course, was the goal. So that doesn't include, obviously, the offside strike from Matip. I want to see the whole thing back again. Just the Firmino flicks where it originated into Trent. Trent just, his brilliant self plays out a nice ball to Jota, and there was nothing on really. It wasn't a chance or anything, but he just decided, sod it, I'm going to take them all on, sit a few of them down, and it more than paid off. Anthony says we've played fairly well, just need to stop giving 6 stars to be ready, which I agree with 100%. Chris, how are you doing?
I'm good, mate. How are you? Am I lagging?
Bear with me one bloody second.
Am I lagging?
There we go. No, it's my fault. No, you're fine.
Wait a second. Let me just sort my camera out. Bear with me, gents.
Oh, you're using a Canon camera, are you?
I am.
I was looking into that today. Was it easy to set up?
Yeah, it took me a while, and sometimes it can get a bit laggy like this. So
right.
I use it for photography as well.
Yeah.
Right? Good half that.
After we got out of those first 10-15 minutes, yeah, definitely.
I'm just going to change to my webcam because screwed up now.
Hyla says, we all live along the yellow submarines. Who designs those shirts, really? You're talking about our shirts? I like it. I like this third shirt.
The yellow kit, I love it.
I think it's brilliant. It does remind me of like the old McDonald's attire, but
I'm gone. I've disappeared, by the way. Jesus Christ, how is this happening? This shows the absolute shit show when I don't have my actual. There we go.
Brilliant.
Oh, boy. Yeah. Can I turn?
Who stood out for you in that first half?
Oh, Jones, unbelievable. I thought he was fantastic. Thought Fabinho had a bit of a poor half. Thought Matip had a bit of a poor half. Virgil was Virgil, you know.
Do you think for Fabinho and Matip, do you think that's easily rectifiable in this second half, or do you think it's kind of they can lose their confidence quite easily and
they'll bring it back? I think there was a game earlier this season where Matip was shocking in the first half, and then he came out and was our best player in the second half. I can't actually remember which one it was for the life of me, but yeah, it was. I thought Virgil was just outstanding as per usual. I thought Robertson had a good game against Saka so far as well.
I think Robertson I haven't mentioned him too much, but I think for a defender that's quite a good thing actually.
Yeah, Gordon. I think the thing is with Gordon is you got to be wary. Like, he is 17. He's 2 years younger than me. That is madness. And the thing, I don't want anyone to put any pressure on his performance. But at the same time, I would keep him on because I think in the brief moments he's got the ball, I think he's looked somewhat threatening.
Well, I was interested in the fact that he did start. You know, we have got Minamino on the bench. Do you think he's somewhat lost confidence in Minamino? I know he's a very loyal guy, but I can't help but feel that Minamino would be very aggrieved to not be starting today.
Especially because Minamino's a big reason why we are here.
Exactly. He's the Carabao Cup king, isn't he?
And the thing is, interesting one here, Drew. My uncle used to say I look like Chicken Little when I was a kid. That's so weird.
Oh my god, I see it. Wait. I'm going to see if I
the sky is falling.
Get this up.
So that's how it is, especially with no beard. No beard, I'm in the mud. Like, you're right, mate.
I've got my Chrome's starting to. Yeah, my Chrome's playing up a little bit.
That's all good, mate. I'll back off. But yeah, but with Minamino, I don't think he's lost trust in him.
You carry on talking while I try and get this back.
I don't think he's lost trust in Minamino whatsoever. Because I don't think he had that in the first place. He's not trusted him in big games when he could have done. I just think, it's an opportunity for Kay Gordon, and it's a reward because he played excellently against Shrewsbury. He looked very, very dangerous when he came on against Brentford. We'd have all gone absolutely crazy if he'd have scored that chance, which would have been, unbelievable. But this is the thing, 17. Harvey Elliott's special.
Well, yeah.
Trent's special. Curtis Jones is special. We've been spoiled by these boys, and he's even younger than all of them. Like he has got something about him that he's going to go far, man. He's going to go so far.
It does feel like we've got a bit of a special little generation coming through. I mean, there's 4 or 5 players now who are in and around the first team and come from the academy. It's promising, but with FSG as our owners, do they look at that and think, don't need to...
Well, that was the plan. Anyone. That's the plan, because it saves money, genuinely, and you can invest in the infrastructure and everything. That's why they've bought that's why they've united the first team in the academy at Kirby. The FSG model is to bring young players through and to trust them. And maybe that's because it saves money, or maybe that's because it makes money. Who knows? But we've got Williams, Morton, Trent, Curtis, Kate Gordon, Harvey Elliott. I mean, Gordon and Elliott are a little bit cheaty because they came from different clubs, but they've still been moulded in the Liverpool academy. And there's more lads coming through. I mean, people are disrespecting Leighton Clarkson. I mean, that kid can play football. And yes, because his Blackburn didn't work out, there's still time for him. I just think he needs to go to the gym a little bit. There's plenty others. I mean, Frauendorf, when he came on against Shrewsbury, looked good. Jarrell Kwanzaa is another one. There's so many players that are coming through that could really cement themselves.
Absolutely. In terms of the second half of this game, which will be coming up shortly, do you see any tactical tweaks to how we're playing, or just more of the same, but stop giving the ball away so casually?
Yeah, it's a bit of that, isn't it? I think it's partly because of Arsenal's press. I mean, I think they've done quite well in pressing Matip and Fabinho really well, and I think because those two are two of our biggest outlets, so maybe it's just a little bit more concentration on that. Maybe giving them a few more options. Get Jones on the ball. Effectively. Let him run. I think sometimes he just lacks a little bit of confidence in his own ability, but we all can see how good a footballer he is, and he was just I think sometimes he just keeps on hold of the ball too long. It's just like, no, play that killer pass, have that shot, Curtis, because we know you've got it, mate. We know you've got it. But tactical tweaks, there won't be anything.
And Henderson, I feel like I haven't mentioned him at all. I mean, he's been a big talking point on this channel for a fair while now. How's he looked to you in this first half?
I think he's been okay. that's probably as far as I would go. I thought he was very, very good against Brentford, and pretty awful against Arsenal last time. So sort of a bit inconsistent for a bloke who you'd expect to be very, very consistent. I think he needs to help Trent a little bit more with Martinelli, but I think because Gordon's there, we don't see like Salah usually gets back and helps out a little bit more. Gordon may not as much because he's a kid. So he's got to help Trent out a little bit more. But apart from that, I think he's been okay. There's nothing special. So yeah, happy days. Are they going back out now soon?
Well, we are just about getting ready for the second half now. Thomas Partey, they're showing up. Kris, just before you go, predictions for the second half and this time.
I'm going to say we'll win 2-1.
2-1. Goal scorers?
Well, obviously Jota scored. I think I fancy a Bobby goal. The man's got a bit of charisma about him tonight.
Against Arsenal as well, yeah.
Exactly. And then I think Saka scores for them. That's going to be my prediction. So hopefully we don't concede, but I can see it.
Yeah, I mean, that would be, if we get an early goal, that would make things a lot calmer for my heart, especially. But
yeah,
let's see
with
how
the German shirt,
go.
by the way, and with the German shirt is part of my collection. I collect shirts, so I'm a massive shirt geek. So that's what.
I'll have to compare with you on that actually, because I went through a spell. What's the most expensive one that you've got? Do you reckon?
I'm not bothered. I've got one that's worth like 70. But I don't. I prefer collecting them to wear rather than collecting them to like put up. So I don't mind fakes. To be honest, I will buy fakes. I'm shameless with that because I want to wear them. I got 4 Liverpool shirts coming from an unnamed Chinese website, and I cannot wait. I cannot wait.
They're gonna feel brilliant on your skin, Kris. But there is a substitution here. It's Konate's coming on for Joel Matip. But Kris, thank you very much.
Catch you all soon. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, yeah?
Exactly. Make sure that you do. Thank you very much, Kris. So we'll get back into the regular setup. There's that. And there's that. So, as I said, Konate's coming on for Joel Matip. So whether, I don't want to say anything, whether that's an injury or if that is just because of how shaky he looked, it will be interesting to see. But we are back underway as of a couple of seconds ago, actually. So I'm ever so slightly out time-wise for my stream. Oh, back up again. So another 45 minutes is what stands between us and a trip to Wembley come the end of February. Let's see what these boys can do. Bear with me one moment. I'm just still trying to sort out that the noise is coming out from the right places. Oh, there's a chance there, but Kelleher was out to nip that in the bud nice and quickly. Right, there we go. Hello. There, that should be working now. Apologies for that technical difficulties, but I think we've solved it now. Just need to get the score back on the screen. Blimey, it's always something. Please do let me know if you can hear me now. And I am back, and I am at an acceptable level. They did. Just before I tried to back out, Lacazette was in there and luckily put it over the top of the bar instead. I'm just going to restart my stream because my audio's been completely messed up because of all of that. Sorry, Draft. Bloody hell, give me a break. Didn't mean it. But yeah, sort of going back to what I was saying before we got cut off. It is interesting, that Canate substitution. I have a bad fit. Oh, Cade Gordon. Just as I reloaded the stream, it was a little bit fuzzy, but the commentator tells me it was Cade Gordon got the strike off, but it hit an Arsenal defender. If he wasn't there, that was almost certainly a goal by the looks of things. Takes up a really good position. Shakes off the centre-back well, to be fair to him. But yeah, his shot just hits the defender. Oh no, my bad. He completely skies it. But good work. Nonetheless, up until that point, good from him. But as I was saying, I really hope that's not because of an injury for Matip. I hope it's just because he was looking a bit shaky. Otherwise, that is not good. Will Cade Gordon score today? Well, if he keeps on taking up positions like that, he's in with a good chance. He did really well there to come across from the right into the centre and shake off the defender, open up that yard of space to receive it. And it was just the finish, just snatched at it, really. If he took it like he took the goal at Shrewsbury, it'd be 2-0. But unlucky. As Kris rightly said, no pressure on him tonight at all. This is the biggest game he would have ever played in. Away from home as well. Ali is now predicting Gordon to score next. So I think everyone feels there is another goal in this game, or goals. And yeah, that's happened with a couple of players. Firmino, I've hardly heard of apart from his back heel. And Jordan Henderson as well. Haven't heard too much from him, which I think is a good thing for the form that he's been in. But again, thank you to everybody who is watching. If you haven't done already, please do subscribe to the channel. Really appreciate it. And one subscription equals one Premier League title. So let's smash it. Fabinho's the furthest forward here. Chips it over to the left. Jota's not able to keep it under control, though. It's not something I thought I'd see today. Firmino, our furthest player forward. We're very close to 2.1 thousand subscribers. So anything anyone can do about getting there would be incredible. But yeah, it was an odd pass from Fabinho. He was like in the middle of the pitch, just outside Arsenal's penalty area, and he decides to like play some really high chipped ball out to the left to where Jota was. And it was always going to be difficult for him to kind of bring that down. Most assists in Europe's top 5 leagues since August 2018. Trent is third behind only Thomas Müller and Lionel Messi. I don't need to say anything else. I mean, we know he's a generational talent, but you just see things like that come up, and it's unbelievable. Liverpool have earned a free kick here off the back of Tomiyasu being a bit clumsy, giving the ball away, and then fouling 2 of our players, really, but the foul is given on Jota. Looked good, kind of ended the same way the first half, kind of started the way the first half ended. Arsenal nowhere near how good they were in the first 20 minutes or so. So, Tarek, it's our third kits. Our third kits always bring out the best in us. Remember the orange shirt? Orange shirt, how good we were in that, the New Balance one. And it's happening again here. Ball comes in. It's a good delivery. It's headed out, though. Cade Gordon picks it up on the edge of the box. Plays it out wide to Kanate, who's found himself on the right wing. And now Firmino has the ball and plays it back to Jordan Henderson. Cade Gordon has it again. He's looking bright, very bright. Taking it in his stride. Fabinho goes for a punt, gets blocked. Might have been a foul on him there, but the ref waves play on. I think Cade might have been offside there. Plays the ball in. Ramsdale should grab it. Doesn't. Decides to punch it. And Tierney's down with a face injury, but I think he's fine. So it'll be interesting to see if we can again take advantage of all the corners that we're getting. So this ball will get floated in an outswinger this time from Trent Alexander-Arnold. It's a good ball. Kanate. Oh! And Henderson puts it straight at the keeper as well. But there was an offside in there as well, so it wouldn't have counted. But Kanate does well. He's so far back, gets all the power on it. And it hits it's the post that saves Arsenal there. And then Henderson was in an offside position anyway. So to anybody who's new in the chat, we are at 2.09k subscribers, and we're so close to 2.1. another milestone. So if you can do anything at all to help us reach that, be very much appreciated. You'll get watch-alongs just like this one, plenty of transfer news, debates, everything about Liverpool, tactical analysis, all that good stuff you could want is all here on the LFC Transfer Room YouTube channel. So please do subscribe before you go today. And it really helps out a small group of creators. As Arsenal come forward here, Saka has it out on the wing. We'll try to get across in. It's flashed across the face of goal. There's no Arsenal players there. And the ball from Tierney, I think, goes out for a goal kick. Anyway, hi Cameron, hope you're doing all right. Welcome back. Corner comes in. It's dealt with well by Kelleher again. He's brilliant, isn't he? So unfazed by it all. Looks so confident. Solid punch. And the shot outside the box flies harmlessly over the bar. So we are now 2/3 of the way through this game and just half an hour away from Wembley. Kelleher's forced to punt it forward. And Arsenal are the ones who will gain possession from that. Arsenal not showing too much threat so far in this second half, so I imagine changes will be coming quite soon. Konate seemed to have fit in quite seamlessly. Hasn't been any major mistakes from him, which is good to see. Curtis Jones again, just keeping hold of the ball so well under pressure from two Arsenal players. I think he's definitely so far my man of the match. And I'm sure many of you will agree on that as well. Looking so assured and confident on the ball, but also so forward-thinking. Trent across. Oh, Cade almost gets on it again. Just out of his reach. I think he might have been offside for that one as well. But another one of those fantastic Trent crosses. Almost earns us another opportunity. And Konate has picked up a yellow card for a cheap foul in the middle of the park. No, my bad. Cade was miles onside and just about a foot away from getting on the ball. Oh, and that's his last play of the game. Cade Gordon, Carbao son. He comes off, gets his Klopp hug, and what a night for the youngster. And Takumi Minamino comes on with more than a point to prove. Come on, Taki. Show us what you're made of. In these last 28 minutes, do something to secure the win for us. Cameron, I think my prediction for the Champions League is, I'd probably say, well, I don't know. I want us to win it, don't I? And I think we can win it if Thiago's fit. So, I can't be too unbiased there. I think we should win it. But I'm sure a lot of people out there will disagree. But still, we're verging on 65 minutes here, and Firmino's still been very, very quiet. But I think, to be fair to him, he's been doing a lot of work at linking up in the midfield. He picks it up here out on the left wing, actually, after a mistake from an Arsenal player. Gets the ball in, and it falls to Ramsdale. And they'll come out again with it. Tarek reckons it'll be between us and Real Madrid or Man City in the final of the Champions League, obviously. Yeah, I mean, it's still a way away, the next... I don't know what noise you can hear. Sorry about that. I can't hear anything on my end. Hyla says, Liverpool's top scorer in this cup has entered the pitch. Surely that means more goals. He is the Carabao Cup king. He's old tacky. Cameron says, are you from Liverpool? No, I'm not. I'm from London. The game has definitely slowed down a little bit. No opportunities for both sides. Arsenal not really able to establish themselves, being a goal down here. Liverpool doing quite a good job at keeping the ball away from our third. Having said that, we've just given it away, and now they will have the chance to counter, but Virgil van Dijk intercepts, as he does, beautifully, gracefully. Rolls Royce alike. There's a chance for Arsenal there, but again, we look quite comfortable. I'm not particularly nervous at this point. Tyler, cheers to you as well. Nice to have some visitors from the States. Make sure you are subscribed if you're not already. That would be much appreciated. We're so close to 2.1k subscribers now, another milestone. So if you can help us get to that, it'd be fantastically appreciated. Minamino, will he get a shot off? Oh, it's blocked off the line by Ben White. Might have been a handball from Taki. Not sure. Hyla says, I found it strange that Arsenal haven't subbed on Partey yet unless there is something wrong. Yeah, I'll be honest. I don't know how good he would be at getting Arsenal on the ball on the front foot. I don't know. I mean, he has been rushed back from AFCON. So maybe they are just being super cautious about it. But if you're going to bring him on at all, then why wait this long? I get what you're saying. There must be something else going on. Minamino's found himself a nice bit of space and done well to keep hold of the ball and slow the game down a bit. And that's almost a beautifully threaded ball by Trent Alexander-Arnold once again. You know, we're so accustomed to his vision and passing range at this point, we almost forget how good it is. Odegaard and Smith Rowe have a 1-2. And then it's out to Martinelli on the left, up against Trent. Martinelli trying to find a bit of space to get across in. He does. It's to the back post. Van Dijk is out to header it, though, before it can reach Lacazette. And we do smash it up the park and out for a throw to Arsenal. I think the commentators just said that Thomas Partey is ready to come on now, and I think I can see him at the bottom of my picture as well. So with just under 20 minutes, they are now bringing him on. And how much of an impact can he have for Arsenal? From our point of view, hopefully minimal. So Martinelli again posing problems and forces Kelleher into a snap save on his front post. Would have been bloody disappointed if that had found its way in, but Kelleher can only tip it over for a corner. And don't want to let Arsenal get too comfortable in our half at this point of the game. It's a long time to try and just hold out. So Martinelli will take the corner himself. Doesn't beat the first man, and we get it cleared once again. But we don't have anyone up the pitch to try and win that. And Martinelli has it again out on this left side up against Henderson. Sends him the wrong way. But he does well there, Henderson. Puts it out, stops Martinelli in his tracks, puts it out for a throw-in on this left side. So it is Thomas Partey and Eddie Nketiah coming on now in what must be a bit of a last throw of the dice now. Lacazette will come off. He'll hand the captaincy to Thomas Partey. I don't think he'll be wearing it, though. And Emile Smith-Rowe comes off as well. We get the ball clear again from that throw, but Arsenal will keep hold of it. And I fear this might be what the last 18 minutes are like. And a lot of people might not be too thrilled about this, but James Milner is coming on. You know what that means? A foul and a yellow card incoming. Jordan Henderson is the man he replaces, so we won't get another Milnerson midfield duo. Jordan Henderson makes way after quite a quiet night for him, but I think that's quite a good thing for him at this point with all the criticism he's facing. James Milner takes the captaincy and replaces him in a like-for-like switch. Good old Millie. I'm telling you, he was going to, during his time on the pitch, he'll give away a foul and probably get a yellow at some point as well. I would bet good money on that. But I'm not a betting man. He does play a nice ball to Minamino. Now Curtis Jones has it in a lot of space. Oh, Minamino's pass almost confuses the Arsenal backline, but they do get it clear. Oh, who was that? Robertson with a shot from a very tight angle, and it did have Ramsdale a little bit worried. This is good stuff from Liverpool. I mean, a goal now would, I would be quite confident in saying, close the game out. I think if we were to get one around about now or any time between now and the 90th minute, that would seal the game. I think Minamino's looked actually quite decent when he's come on. He's found a little bit of trickery from somewhere. Kept the ball in some tight scenarios. And now there's a ball over the top. Jota has it. Is that it? Is that game, set, and match? Jota's tapped it over the top of Ramsdale. I think the linesman's given offside. I thought it might have been. I didn't want to get too excited. But they've waited until he scored, obviously, to raise that. Oh, that's going to be a tight one. That is going to be a wee tight one. I imagine this is going to be an offside. But that's tight. That's hard to see. I imagine this might take a bit of a while. I mean, he's definitely... They're showing the nearest defender, which is definitely offside. But then there's another defender on the other side of the pitch. He's onside. The VAR's just said it's onside. They haven't relayed it yet. It's Gabriel who VAR is saying kept him on. How long it's going to take for the decision to reach the referee, I'm not sure. Come on. Come on. I'm ready. The ref's checking his ear. Goal! Woo-hoo-hoo! Jota gets 2. He's absolutely pumped. All the players run over now to celebrate for real. It is Arsenal 0, Liverpool 2. With just under 12 minutes remaining now. And I am calling it there. I'm saying that is the game. We are going to Wembley. Do not make me regret it. And it's it must have been Robertson who played that ball, but it's a fantastic take from Jota. And Ben White, again, unable to make any impact on it at all. He's made Ramsdale look like a complete tit. And it's another quality goal from Jota. What a night for him. And unfortunately for Curtis Jones, that might factor against him in terms of man of the match. I think Jota might have pipped it there. He's absolutely sealed this game up for us. I mean, he is in some form. And he's put us well and truly on our way now to Wembley on the 27th of February against Chelsea in the Carabao Cup final, which, should we reach it now, which is looking very likely, will be live here on the LFC transfer room for another watch along. And I will most certainly be on that to watch it all with you. To watch it with you all, sorry. Oh, Martinelli just strikes one over the bar. We'll have that. That's fine. Fine by me. Oh, just watch it. Just watch it here. We'll keep you up to date with it. Don't worry about it. Give us a subscribe. Subscribe to the channel. You can watch all the games here with everybody else who's in the live chat. We're a nice little community. I think you'll enjoy it. Minamino's got a chance here. Come on, Taki. He's still got it. Plays it across to Curtis Jones, I think that is. I can't quite keep hold of it. Andy Robertson wins it back. Oh, it's a foul. That's a yellow card for Curtis Jones. Not too sure about that one. Didn't even think it was a foul, let alone a yellow card. And the Liverpool fans in the Emirates certainly believe they're on their way to Wembley now. A few people will be already on the laptop booking trains, booking hotels, maybe. In the last 8 minutes or so, maybe 3 or 4 minutes of added time. Shouldn't be that much. We've won it high up again here. Curtis Jones has it. Can he get a strike off? Oh, it's just wide. He deserves a goal. If anybody on that pitch deserves a goal tonight, apart from Jota, it is Curtis Jones. And Nico Williams will now be coming on for, I think, our final substitution. Roberto Firmino makes way. A quiet night for him. Obviously, played a big part in that first goal with his back heel kind of setting things off. But apart from that, quite quiet. Didn't do much wrong. Just more minutes in his tank. And Nico Williams will come on to the pitch. So again, probably entrusted with a forward role is Nico. Oh, there's a pitch invader here. Not what Arsenal need right now. Will the Arteta out brigade come out in full force again? Be interesting to see. Seems to be a lot of yo-yoing going on in that fan base at the moment. It was Martinelli who slipped, and it's bloody Trent again. Another assist for Trent. I didn't even realise. And Jota, the coolest customer inside the Emirates for both goals, and he is absolutely pumped. Got a chance to get it upfield again. Nico won't quite get to that. Again, as we approach the very final stages, if you haven't already, please do make sure that you subscribe to the channel. It really, really does help us out a million. And we really appreciate everybody who does so. We're very close to 2.1k subscribers now. And get on the train now whilst the going's good. We've won the ball again high up the pitch here. Oh, Nico Williams can't get the pass off, but does earn a free kick for us. And a booking for, I think that's Thomas Partey, actually. The man Arteta sent on to try and get something out of the game has instead got himself booked. Not what he would have wanted. Ball in from Trent. It's headed away. But Trent will get another go here. Plays a long, wide one out. Virgil chests it down to Curtis Jones. Now the ball finds its way back to Canate. He plays one forward, bit of a waste. Unnecessary, goes out for a goal kick to Arsenal. A worthy debate. I honestly don't have the mental capacity to think that hard at this point, but a very interesting debate all the less. So everyone in the live chat, everyone who's watching, do get involved in that. What do you think about what Tarek said there? Is Jota one of the best signings in the top 5 leagues of 2020? He certainly made an impact tonight. And he certainly is enjoying his time so far on Merseyside. Minamino earns a free kick there. Well in, Taki. So I'm interested to see. I think we are home and hosed now. There really shouldn't be that much added time. Trent looks to set Curtis Jones off on the left. Robertson, tame ball into the hands of Ramsdale when he should have probably looked to cut it back a bit more. Oh, there's a poor challenge there. Thomas Partey's been sent off. Bloody hell, what a cameo. It's a poor challenge on Fabinho, and considering he was on a yellow card already, that is a very poor decision from him there, and just adds insult to injury. So in both ties, Arsenal have not only had a man sent off, but they've had a CDM sent off. I mean, it's pure frustration, but it's a really poor challenge. It studs up on the ankle of Fabinho. And just hope Fabinho's all right. I don't know if he's still on the ground or not. He's up and running, so that's fine. No Partey today. Stole that from Hyla. My statistician and joke writer. And Ramsdale's found himself out in no man's land. But his defenders help him out. And Canate gives away a foul. So there's 5 minutes of added time, which is quite a lot, really. No, Kris, unfortunately, I will not be. So I don't know if we've got anybody actually ready for that. Thank you, Terence. I really appreciate that. Yeah, always nice to receive a bit of feedback. I mean, I think the games definitely play a part. I don't think the same can be said for the first leg. The last 20 minutes was so hard to get through. But a positive result, and makes it a lot more fun and interesting to get involved with. So if you didn't clock already, there is 5 minutes of added time. And yes, that's exactly what we're going for. We've started to build a nice little community, Terence, which you're obviously a big part of in the live chat. And we're just looking to keep on growing, getting better and better. Oh. And Fabinho's won the ball back, so we'll have another chance to get the ball up the other end of the pitch and maybe create a chance. Had a bit of gloss to the score. I think Arsenal will be obviously disappointed with the loss, but with the overall performance as well. And bar those 15, 20 minutes, they didn't really look like scoring or sustaining any real pressure. And they've kind of bottled all that hard work that they put in that first leg. We come forward again. I'd love another goal. Robertson does well to keep hold of it there. So as the full-time whistle approaches, we do have a post-match stream, which will start very shortly after the final whistle. So once the final whistle is blown, make sure you stick around on the LFC transfer room. You'll probably be able to see that stream ready and waiting. So please do stick around for that. Kris and a couple of other people will be on there to discuss this result, discuss going to Wembley. I feel like I can say that safely now with a minute to go and 2 goals in hand. So please do stick around. We can discuss it. You guys can obviously get your opinions in as well. They'll be more than happy to read those out and discuss that. But a very good couple of games for Liverpool. You know, bearing in mind this is all being done without the AFCON boys. I think this will give even more confidence to a lot of those players on the pitch that we can win games and win games well. You know, Brentford and now Arsenal quite comfortably. And that is it. The full-time whistle goes. Liverpool off on their way to Wembley. Arsenal knocked out by 2 sucker punches from Diogo Jota, one in the first half and one 10, 15 minutes from time here. Both assisted from Trent Alexander-Arnold. So he adds 2 more to his potentially record-breaking tally this season. Brilliant performances all round. Curtis Jones, another one. Robertson looked assured. Van Dijk was his ever-present self. Kelleher with a few crucial saves and looking confident once again. Henderson didn't put too much of a foot wrong. Firmino looked fine. Cade Gordon, another big highlight. Could have got us 2-0 earlier in the game, but unable to keep his composure. However, a very valuable experience for the young man, the 17-year-old. Klopp's looking very happy. But thank you for everybody who's joined. It's been a much, much more pleasant experience than our last game in the first leg. So we will definitely be doing a watch-along for the final, which is at the end of February. However, we've got a post-game video coming up just after this one. So please do stick around. Get over there. Get in the waiting line. And the boys will be on there to discuss that result and go over your opinions as well. And then on Sunday, we play the early kickoff against Crystal Palace away from home. So we'll be all over that. I'll be there for that as well. So, again, Minamino getting a Klopp hug. I think he's played well when he came on as well. But I think my man in the match has to go to Diogo Jota. 2 well-taken goals that ultimately send us through to Wembley with a chance to win another piece of major silverware. So thank you very much to everybody for watching. And please do stay tuned for the post-match reaction.